Razzle's really got the whole package of the shape. When you're working for years and time on developing horses, you're putting this time into the correctness of how they carry themselves so that you can start adding things like this. Beautifully done. What you're noticing about Lisa is just how quiet she's able to ride him, meaning you don't see a lot of her leg motion moving. There's not kicking, there's not spurring. She's doing this obviously without a whip. Later you'll see where we do some other work with horses aren't quite at this level, but there she is again with position 1 on her inside leg, and her outside leg is just slightly back. Oh, and that's okay, that happens. So the legs in haunches in also, that's beautiful by the way, the leg and haunches in also mean canter. And so this horse, again, because he knows this advanced motion, he's like, I can canter in place almost from a walk, can't I, right? And what she'll do as a rider is she does such a lovely job, she's graceful about it. She goes, you know what, Razzle, I don't need the canter yet, even though we are going to go to that canter eventually, but all you do is you redirect intention and energy. So you guys see what she did? She just changed direction. He was so ready to do the canter. She said, no, buddy, not yet. We're going to change direction. We're going to do this haunches in at the trot. Wow, good work. And she'll change direction when she gets a chance and she'll go the other way. But you can tell he's got that energy to please. He's got that energy to work. And so the cool part about watching a horse like this is he goes, man, I can do this at all the gates and it's actually fun. So you notice his disposition. He's quiet, his tail is quiet. He's working very hard with Lisa, but you're not watching a horse that's upset or frustrated, even though he does want to canter, right? Especially tracking to the right. He's like, I'd really like to canter tracking to the right. And he's been trained like this, right? He's been trained to come off of the hind end. And like I said, she's just going to redirect and go, okay, well, I'm almost to the canter, not yet. We're just going to trot. And then what she's doing is, and when you have this many buttons on a horse, what happens with this many buttons and this many things, it's like a very expensive iPhone, right? The top of the line iPhone and pressing buttons. So much technology is kind of the way you explain it with this horse, where he's got the buttons to do it. So what she's doing is she's going, okay, I'm just going to softly go into my canter after my trot. Wow, very nice canter. Okay, and then what he's doing is she's trying to program him down to where he just goes, okay, I'm going to work on my haunches in. He's sensitive to that haunches in position because that's the same position as the canter, okay? So with these guys, with this kind of horse, it's tricky because you're going, I have to figure out to find my way, how to get him to balance back and just listen to my leg versus take over and go into the canter. Good girl, although this is a really nice canter, isn't it? So what she's working on now is a little bit of haunches in at the canter. She moved from her trot work and moved into the collected canter work, and you can see him tracking laterally with that hind end off the rail. Good girl. Because we might be able to go back to the trot at the very end. Okay, very good. So when you watch the track, his shoulders are on the rail, his hind end is being carried off the rail. Good girl. Nice. There's the trot. Very good. Well done. So even afterwards, the trot actually got a little better, didn't it? The carry of the trot got better. So what she's going to do is she's going to work her way back to the haunches in. What a great job. As a rider, what you're watching, and again, her horse was anticipating the canter work. And what you saw her do is not get frustrated. She redirected his energy into what she wanted him to do. Let him canter for a while and then went back to the trot work. Wow. And look at even your trot work now, right? Very fancy, very lofty. When you're ready, you can track this direction, maybe go into a little bit of trot or haunches in, and then go into the canter, okay? Very good. So here's her position. Outside leg is slightly back, position 3. Inside leg is slightly forward, and he's got that haunches in. Nice. And then eventually she'll go into the canter transition, and then she'll show you the same thing this direction. Yes, he's very excited. He's very happy to work, and that's what you can see. Great canter transitions. That's all off of the hind end. And when she comes out of this corner, she's using a circle to help set herself up. So when you're going around the arena and you're setting up for this long side maneuver of the haunches in, there it is. Inside leg is forward and outside leg is slightly back. She's using her whole seat, her whole body to connect with this movement at this level. Well ridden, good girl. And you can tell as the horse kind of dials up, these horses get excited about their work. They enjoy almost dancing, and that's what you're watching him do. Well done. Good girl. Anywhere you want, just downward transition. Yeah. And what you're noticing is she'll take a breath and she'll soften and she'll breathe and she'll walk, and she's doing all that in such a way you may actually not even notice that she does it. I notice it just knowing her skill set, knowing the horse. She's half halting and bringing her down, she's softening, she's breathing. We talk about a lot of this stuff in our early videos, and this is kind of that really fun icing on the cake is what I call it, when she's able to do maneuvers like this with the horse at this level. Very good. But where this starts, it starts on the ground. It starts with that foundational work that we've done with any breed of horse, any discipline of horse, and then it moves to then working on their back. And then it moves all the way to this level to where she can get enough movement out of razzle to work on the upper level dressage work. And I even use this whenever I do jumpers with him in the arena as well.